Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads and another top 10 countdown. Okay, we are going to be re-looking at the top 10 mythic cards. We're going to update this. It's October 2023 and we are going to do a brand new top 10 featuring some of those new mythic cards. So let's have a look and see what's happened to the mythics. Number 10, we've got Loch Ness, still a pretty sturdy card, 8 for 50. On the return, your opponent's remaining cards in hand lock next turn. So you can really put out your opponent's rotation or churn, which can be a really useful tactic if you're playing against some good decks. So number 10, Loch Ness Monster, still in our charts. Really good card. Loving it. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Don't forget, there's loads of new cards that also work really well with the Mythic. So that's probably why the top 10 cards have changed quite a lot. Because at number 9, we got Simulation Theory, an epic mythic card, 3 for 0. What does it do? Your cards cost -3 if you're winning the round, and each of your cards costs another -1 less this turn. And that's on the draw, which is super useful, especially in those low power weeks where you are struggling to play your cards. Simulation is a great mythic card. So number 9 in our top 10. Absolutely awesome card. Love that one. I use it loads and loads. Number 8. I think people are going to disagree with this one. It's Griffin. And I put it in here because it is a really popular card amongst all the new players. Certainly for those bird decks. Absolutely great card, really. Your birds and mammal cards in hand gain plus 55 until played. And with all those new mammals and all those new bird cards, those decks have become absolutely amazing. So a Griffin is a must-have if you're playing one of those decks. So number 8 is a Griffin. That cool mythic card. Nice picture as well. I like that one. Moving on, number 7 in our countdown. Brand new card, Mecha. I love this card. 9 for 87. Really powerful card. And on the play, if your deck is only science cards, so it limits you a little bit. Your science cards, however, gain plus 20 until played. Absolutely phenomenal card if you are playing the right deck. And obviously, it needs to be a science deck. The only downside is your science cards, wherever they are, cost +1 permanently. But if you play it in a high or medium energy week, it's great. Number 6, the Holy Grail. Still an absolutely amazing card. 30 for 300, really powerful. But there's so many different ways you can play the Holy Grail now. And you can even put him in tiny decks. Yep, if you don't believe me, check out our Holy Grail tiny deck video. It's absolutely phenomenal card. What does it do? Your Brilliant Human Body cards, wherever they are, gain plus 28 until played. And Brilliant Human Body decks can also be pretty amazing. So the Holy Grail at number 6. Number 5, everybody's favourite, the Flying Dutchman. Still a pretty versatile card. You can put this in loads of different decks. On the play, if you're losing the round, your cards in hand gain plus 48 this turn. And if you are winning the round, your Plundering Pirate cards, wherever they are, gain plus 36 for 2 turns. I've started using him in a pirate deck, and I'm absolutely impressed, I should say, with how effective the Flying Dutchman can be, especially if you are playing that pirate deck. But number 5, really good mythic. Number 4, here we go, another new card, another amazing card. It is Flying Saucer, 6 for 52. On the play, for each set of exactly 4 cards from any album in your deck, your space cards, wherever they are, gain plus 6 until played. And on the return, your remaining space cards in hand cost -2 until played. Really good, especially if you're playing a 4-4-4-4-4, or if you're playing a 4-4-4-4 and the rest of the space cards, you will get yourself an amazing card there. That's the Flying Saucer. Number 3, still hanging on in there, Archangel, still a really good card, pretty much because you can put him in absolutely any deck. 4 for 44, on the play, 2 random cards in your hand, gain plus 25 until played, and that's revealed before scoring, and a random card in your hand gains 30 permanently. So pretty cheap. Like I said, you can play him almost every week, and he fits in pretty much every single deck. So Archangel, still a good mythic card, and still in our top 3. Number 2, what a climber, Leica. What an amazing card this is. He's been backed up by so many amazing astronaut cards now. He is probably, in my opinion, the second best mythic in the game. 8 for 84. Your amazing astronauts cards in hand gain plus 70 until played. And I've put him so high, if you want to score over 2,000 points in a turn, this is pretty much the only way you can do it. So let's have a look at a few honourable mentions. Theory of Everything, still a cool mythic card. Science one there. This is the one that buffs your science cards in hand by 24 permanently. Just missed out being in the top 10 because you're pretty limited because you've got to play 6 cards from a different album. But still a great card. Theory of Anything, definitely worth an honourable mention. As does Eldorado, 7 for 75, and on the play you gain +4 energy for 3 turns. So pretty useful if you're trying to struggle through a low energy week. But he's also a good card on his own at 7 for 74. So a good mythic card, definitely worth an honourable mention, but certainly not in the top 10. And the Ark of Covenant, 2 for 22. A random card in your hand gains +70 until played, which is really useful. Absolutely great card, dead cheap. Play him any week almost. And you can even put him in your casual decks and your tiny deck. So that's the Ark of Covenant. Definitely worth an honourable mention. What else have we got for an honourable mention? The next honourable mention goes to the Great Flood, and I almost had this in the top 10. This is an amazing card now, 7 for 50. For every 2 life on land cards in your deck, your Oceans and Sea cards, wherever they are, gain +12 for 3 turns. And Oceans and Sea cards are slowly becoming really, really powerful. And if you've got the right life on land cards in that deck, the Great Flood deck is absolutely outstanding. Check out that Great Flood video, actually. It's well worth watching. As is the Soul, another great card. Your Philosophy, Curious Cuisine, and Musically Minded cards in hand gain +55 until played. Pretty similar to Griffin, but the supporting cards around this aren't quite as good as Griffin. So I've got the Soul as an honourable mention, but it's still a great card. Okay, here we go. The moment you've been waiting for. Number 1, no surprise, still in there, is Planet X, 9 for 82. Beyond doubt the best mythic there is in the game, and I won't hear any arguments against it. What does it do? If your deck has 9 or fewer space cards, so you've got so many options there, your space cards, wherever they are, gain 14 permanently, and if your deck contains exactly 4 space cards, give them additional 14 until played. It is such a versatile card, and you can fit this in with a few space cards and you are going to get yourself an absolutely phenomenal deck. So Planet X still at number 1 in our mythics. Anyhow, I'm sure as always nobody agrees with our top 10. Do leave your comments down below. We're interested to find out, and we will be back very soon. Take care everybody. Bye.